So that was, I mean, exciting game. You know, great. I mean, a lot of guys obviously contributed. I mean, Dwight was, again, just a force at both ends of the floor. He made the play he made, by the way, at the end of the game. Tie score is not an easy play to make. It's a read off a certain set that all teams run in this league that really shows, I mean, one, his experience, but how smart he is. That's not his play. I mean, if he doesn't make that play, that's an open 17-footer. And I would dare to say not many guys at his position would even see the play. It was really a terrific play that he made defensively. I thought a lot of guys played well. Mike's defense on Beal late was really good. Kemba late. You know, Marvin again. And then obviously Jeremy was, I mean, you know, was terrific. I mean, he made the biggest play of the game at +3 with a block shot, and then the coast-to-coast drive. And Michael Carter-Williams again. You know, his defense is changing our team here, giving that second unit a chance to play well, and he made 2 huge threes. So guys hung in there and fought hard. It's a good win, and hopefully we can build on that.
It seems like last season you guys would have had to pick, you know, either side of Jeremy. Either he would have made the block shot or he would have made the basket. What are you seeing out of him that you're able to get both?
Well, I think a confidence level, you know, like I think that, I mean, you know, I read what he says to you guys or, you know, listen to when he's interviewed, and I believe totally in what he says. He's worked hard. He's paid his dues. He's watched good players. And he feels like this is his time to play well, and he's in a good place. So, you know, I mean, he's delivering. That's what he's doing. It's an elbow contusion, and we really won't know more until, you know, probably tomorrow when we get to Cleveland. So nothing definitive at all.
Just from what I saw of the picture, he looked like he was in a lot of pain.
You know what? I mean, I haven't even seen it, so I don't know. I talked to him briefly, and I mean, I didn't, you know, I think he's just waiting too, so I don't, you know, I really don't know more than that.
If Nick is out for a while, the way Jeremy has sort of risen to the occasion, could you, I mean, I know this isn't a big surprise to you because of what you said in September, but I mean, how is he up to the, I mean, there was a pretty high standard that you thought he was going to be able to meet this season.
Yeah, I mean, I just think this. I mean, he plays a skill-based game, right? I mean, he can score off the dribble, he can pass, right? He has very good instincts. If you watched, you know, the last 26 games of last year from the All-Star break on, he was played. You can look at the numbers. Look at his scoring efficiency then per minute. He was terrific. I mean, he was terrific. I mean, you know, I try to do something with each of these guys when the season ends, and he and I went to dinner, and when I gave him those numbers, I think he'll tell you he was, you know, didn't even realize how well he had played. But I think that this is better than that, but this has been a gradual, you know, improvement. And again, I just think there's nothing more important in anything you do than feeling good about it and being confident. And the best way to feel good about it is to put a lot of hard work in. That's what he's done.
When we asked Scott pregame about Jeremy, he said that the thing that struck him more than anything else is he is just so much stronger and heavier.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, and if you talk to, you know, Matt and Jason, you know, in the strength coaches, they'll tell you the same thing. I mean, And don't get me wrong now, this isn't a guy who wasn't working. You know, this has been, from the time he's gotten here, we made the trade for him. He was working out in L.A. I told him, I think it'd be better if you worked out here with our guys. Kemba called him. He's here. You know, he's worked from day one. It's just, you know, he's taken it to another level, you know. So, but I think the strength gain is a major part of it. Major part of it.
You're down 9 with 4 minutes left. You feel like you kind of stole one tonight?
I'm going to say the same thing I say all the time. 9 points in this league, as good as these guys are, is not that big of a deal. I mean, it's good. You know, it's a good one. It's like when people say they blew a 13-point lead. When people say that, you don't watch a lot of games in this league. I'm sorry. 10 points, 9 points. These guys are good. You know, guys are good. Look at this. Sometimes take an NBA roster and look at the guys on the bench who aren't playing and go back to their college careers. I mean, score 9 points in a short period of time. So what I like is to do that. You have to put offense and defense together. But 9 points in 4 minutes is, I know this, when you're up 9 with 4 minutes, you sure don't feel like we got one in the bag. I know that.
Are you happy with the way the defense is starting to come together, especially closing out?
In stretches, but you know what? Our pick and roll defense was, and they're offensively, obviously. I mean, we just played 3 games in a row against the 6th, 7th, and 8th best offensive teams in the league. And tonight, we struggled more than we did the other 2 nights. We made a lot of mistakes tonight defensively.
How big was it in your mind the way the defense stepped up in the overtime?
No, I thought the last 5 minutes of the regulation and the overtime was really good, really good. Even some of the shots they made, Wall's hitting those pull-up 17-footers, and there's just not much you can do. You can't take away everything. He's such a great pick-and-roll passer that if you commit much more of the big on the screener to him, somebody's getting an open 3. It's just the way it is. So some of those things you just have to live with.
Coach, you just kind of talked about 3 huge wins in a row, and then you're going into a big back-to-back weekend. What's this win do for the morale for the team?
Well, you could tell they were excited tonight. I mean, look, they were top 4 team in the East, deservedly so. You can tell they've played their advantages. They've played a lot of big games together, and they're very good. So to come back against them was a good one. You could tell the locker room, the guys felt good about it.
Boy, when you talked before about their ability to convert off turnovers, they just, when they get the ball away from you, they just fly down the court.
Well, Wall, too, is, it doesn't matter where, he's so fast. And the thing with him to me is he's so fast, but he's big and he's strong. So he can absorb a hit on the way to the basket and still finish, So, good. Happy Thanksgiving.